This set of apartments here was originally the Shell, the petroleum company, headquarters, their offices. 19 years ago, they converted it into the flats in a normal builders type conversion, which meant that it was fairly economically done, and it was very ordinary, and it was separate rooms. There was a kitchen and a separate dining room and a separate sitting room. So the other background information to this job is that before meeting me, the clients had employed a builder to refurbish the 2 bathrooms in the same property. They didn't employ an interior designer because they didn't think they needed one, and they thought it would be more expensive. As it turned out, the bathrooms ended up costing them a very large sum of money, and they turned out to be very mediocre. So from then on, they thought, we need an interior designer. The brief was to turn it into an open plan space, and so that meant quite a lot of construction work, demolition work. Now that included knocking down walls, putting in a new floor, new ceilings, new electrical wiring, new lighting, new plumbing, plastering, general decoration. All that work had to be planned, carried out before we could really start on a proper interior design project. From my initial conversations with the clients, it became obvious that they wanted a very modern interior, very crisp, very clean, very sharp lines, almost what some people would call minimalist. And around those discussions, I built the concept that we now have as a finished living space. So what was a tired, poorly functioning kitchen, dining room and sitting room is now a beautiful, air-conditioned, contemporary, open-plan living space. In this area, there were 3 elements which needed bespoke solutions. A large cabinet which houses the TV, a pebble effect electric fire and some sculpture, and has additional storage beneath, which was very useful. This was made at our specialist joinery shop. So we designed that, specified the materials, gave all the dimensions and got that made to fit the area concerned. The second element was we redesigned the old radiator covers, which were quite old-fashioned with the old mesh effect, brought those up to date, again made in our specialist joinery works. And thirdly, the sofas, which are normally available in this type of style, but we had the manufacturers reduce the sizes to fit more in keeping with the size of the room. Because we demolished the walls that were previously dividing the kitchen with the dining room and the living room, that gave us the opportunity to make the kitchen twice the size of the previous one. We installed a very modern, clean, crisp kitchen, all the latest modern appliances, an island unit to connect the living space with the kitchen, carried the same flooring through, the same colour scheme, and brought it all together that way. So in the dining area, we have a shiny black glass dining table to echo the glass splashbacks in the kitchen, and that also mirrors the piano finish on the cabinet. The black stripe on dining chairs echoes the black stripes in the island unit and in the floor transition strips. The modern 3-pendant lamp is adjustable so we can have them as low or as high as we like. It's a modern look. We chose a table which is extendable, can be used for 6 settings. So we have the 6 chairs, but we've just used the other 2 chairs in other places, one of which is used for the desk. In the entrance hallway, I suggested we put a fairly simple cabinet. It wasn't intended to be an eye-catching feature, more a cabinet that sort of blends in with the walls and skirting. Design work in the 2 bedrooms was not really included in the original brief, but once we'd finished the living area, the kitchen and the dining area, we needed to coordinate these 2 rooms. We simply added similar Roman blinds, identical radiator covers and new headboards with the same black detailing as the elements in the living and dining room. What is really important about this project is that we've completed it for only about 20% more than the cost the client previously paid to the builder to just refurbish 2 bathrooms. The client is absolutely delighted with the outcome. They're so happy that they've actually booked me to refurbish their house in Scotland, and it's been a pleasure working with them. What we've proved with this project, as we do with most projects, is that it doesn't have to be expensive to employ an interior designer. In fact, you can save yourself a considerable amount of money and achieve a much better outcome.